It's 6:17 and time now for What's Trending. Well, a shop in downtown Bangor, Maine has a new item that's very old, a 65-million-year-old dinosaur egg, Andy. Yeah, the Rock and Art Shop features a variety of fossils and pieces of natural history, and the owner says she doesn't know what species of dinosaur the egg is, but it came from Mongolia. Owner Amanda Sohn says she hasn't decided if she will sell it or keep it for the collection, and she says part of the reason she opened her store was to give people in Bangor the chance to see something like this egg. Wow. And I think that's definitely like a once-in-a-lifetime thing to see, obviously, right? Like, you don't run into things every day. So it's really cool that she has her art shop open for those discoveries, for people to discover those things. But it's funny how it's in Bangor, Maine, and Peter's over there, so we got to tell him to go and check out that egg.
And he better send us a picture and something with checking it out. Yeah,
so crazy.
It's a neat find, and it's cool to see kind of the result of adding the shop into Bangor, and now look at what it brought to the community. I mean, seeing a 65-million-year-old kind of, I guess, artifact, if you will call it, or fossil, I guess at that point. It's neat to see and bring that into the communities. I always love seeing those kind of new finds out there. Like there was kind of some finds of old footprints in back in the Americas a while back, and it's just there's always new things to discover, and it's always telling more about like the oldest footprints in the world or something.
That's crazy.
And also then you talk about glaciers even too. Those are kind of a historical kind of book, as if you could say, with kind of those frozen layers over time, it tells you more and more. So with some of those receding, you actually learn more about what conditions were like back then. So I just think it's cool learning about the Earth from the Earth.
Yeah. You spit some knowledge. I love that. Yeah, no, but seriously though, it's really awesome. I'm sure that they're going to be able to, make some more discoveries with it. So
definitely.
Yeah. Awesome.
And to take a little bit of a turn here, we're going to go over to Japan. Japan is conducting an experiment to measure the intensity of rainfall in real time using surveillance cameras. The National Institute for Land and Infrastructure Management, affiliated with the Land Ministry, artificially produced rainfall up to 5.5 inches per hour. So we were talking about that heavy downpours. That's this kind of thing here. So while filming the rain with cameras, researchers input corresponding rainfall data. That way, they hope to program artificial intelligence to estimate the amount of rain depending on the image in terms of factors like the haziness and the size of the rain droplets. The ministry has set about 14,000 surveillance cameras around the country, including near rivers and along mountain slopes. Officials are testing the new technology to see if they can use it to deal with disasters triggered by heavy rain. And I'm really curious to see how this one kind of develops here. The idea to use it for events with heavy rain. It sounds like they're targeting some areas like those mountainsides. Just to see. I wonder if it's they're going to see that and then kind of study the effects and then try to then bring it into a real almost like a case study out of it, but in a controlled environment. So it's neat technology. It's neat to see where that can go. We need to think about the kind of the broader use of it in time.
Right. Well, look, I'm going to be quite honest. I didn't know you could test rainfall. Like I didn't know testing rainfall was like a thing, but I guess of course for that line of work you kind of obviously have to in some kind of way. But it's really interesting. I would have never thought that this actually happens, but from like those tests, you said they could of course discover so many things, like to predict how like maybe a landfall or how quick it could I guess disperse, or is that what you meant?
Well, I'm thinking even like you have the mountainside. How much moisture can the ground take on? How much can it absorb at a time? How dry is it to begin with? Is it rocky? Is it filled with vegetation on the on the downslope? And those factors that are going to then play into what's kind of the susceptibility of that to eventually have a slide.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, that is interesting. Learn something new. But sometimes on a rainy day, I like to maybe if I can, if I'm not working, enjoy a glass of wine or something. Do you like wine?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
More of a red wine guy than white wine.
Me too. Boom. We're on the same page.
Love
but
it.
this is white wine coming up in our next story. So cheese, wine, and mustard. I don't know about that combo. But Grey Poupon is now selling a white wine in the limited edition. La Moutarde Vin is made with grapes from southern France and infused with mustard seeds. Kraft Heinz says it features hints of spice and citrus with floral characteristics, excuse me. And they say it's a perfect pairing with sandwiches to spice up any lunch, and it costs $30 for a standard bottle and comes with a jar of Grey Poupon. I'm all for testing stuff. I think I would test maybe a little bit of this, but wine infused with mustard seeds?
Yeah, I don't know. It definitely does not seem like a combination in my head that I would
want to
Put
put
together-
together.
yeah.
It's like, would it be tart or would it be sour?
Well, it's saying a little bit of citrusy. I mean, how does that kind of play in then? Is it like
With the mustard?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
I think it's funny though that they mentioned that it's good to pair with a lunch. You know, I kind of think
Yeah.
about, you know, I'm squeezing out the mustard, the ketchup on, you know, a sandwich, a cold cut, whatever, and
Right.
thinking, okay, let me pair that with my mustard
Like
wine.
a CT's deli sandwich or something. It's like goes perfect with the sandwich with a bunch of meat and everything.
Maybe
but
that's something they should look into.
maybe it is. Maybe we got a new idea coming on the way.
Yeah.